Namaha. Hari Om. Sumukhasya ekadantasya kapilo gajakarnakaha. Lambodharasya vikato vignarajo vinayakaha. Dhoomaketurganadhyakshaha padachandro gajananaha. Vakratundha surpakarno herambha skandapurvajaha. Shuklambaradharam Vishnum Sasivargam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopasantaye Yasyadvaradhradhya Parishadhya Parasatam Vignam Nignanti Satatam Vishpastenam Tamasraye Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Satchidananda Rupaya Krishnaya Atishtakarine Namo Vedanta Vedhyaya Sarade Pudishakshine Krishnadvaitaya Namvyasam Sarva Bhuta Hiteratam Vedapcha Bhaskaram Vande Samadhi Nilayam Munim Sahasra Murte Purushottamasya Sahasra Netranana Padabaho Sahasra Namnam Savanam Pratastam Nirichyate Janma Jaradishantyai. Now let Bhagavan pray. Let's continue where we left off last time. We came up to Bhuta Bhavya Bhavannata Pavana Pavano Nalaha Kamaha Kama Kritkanta Kama Kama Prada Prabhu Kamaha Kamaha. Very good, Kana. That's fine. 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 Please say it. No problem. Okay. Kamakrit, contact, Kama, Prada. Very good. May God bless you, inshallah. May God bless you. Okay. We'll continue later. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. I'm very happy. You're saying it so sweetly. You know that? Yes.
Okay.
Now we will continue. Yuga Vikrit Yuga Varto. Yuga Varto. Naika Mayo Mahasanaha. Adrisyo Vyakta Rupascha. Sahasra Chitananda Jite. Very good, very good, very sweet, very sweet. So now Yugadi Krityu Gavarto Naikamayo Mahasanaha. Yugadi Krityu Gavarto Naikamayo Mahasanaha. Yugadi Krite. Okay. Then Yuga Vartaha Naikamayaha Mahasanaha. As you can see from our knowledge of Sanskritam, Yuga Adikrite, Yuga Adikrite. That's how we basically think. So one who creates in the beginning, right, created all the yugas. Yugas, what really, ultimately there is nothing called really a yuga. It's all our mental creation. Because before time was created, Swami was there, Bhagavan was there, right? He created time. Kalam, he appeared, manifested as Kala Swarupam, Kala Rupaya Namaha, right? So, in our way of looking at it, yes, right from the beginning, from the Adi Moolam, Adi Yuga Krite. Another one is Yugadi Krite. You know, things like all the Yugam, which means Yuga, not only Yugam, associated with time and measurements and stuff like that, that comes from it, right? Mm-hmm. So, Bhagavan is the one who created that. That means when Prema manifested itself so that it can share, give and receive Prema, right? And that's the only reason we are all born, is to give love and receive love, nothing but. Once I give love, automatically the love will come back to me. That's a very simple thing we can follow in our life, and the more we do it, the better we become. And that's all the reason. That's the only karanam that we are all born. So that Yuga Adi Krite, and after the creating the Yuga began, then we know that it goes in repetitive cycle. Yuga Avartaha. Avartana means repetition. Right? So, Yuga Avartaha. So we know like Kali Yugam, Treta Yugam, all these things, we put in our mind, our intelligence works and calculates all the 4.22 million years, multiply by 1,000 and this and all these things we pick. But we get confused at the end, right? We think we have understood. Actually, there is nothing there. Only Bhagavan is present, is omnipresent, right? But the creation of all this, Yuga Avartaha, keeps on coming, right? At least the way that our mind tells us. I don't know, honestly, whether there was a thing called Treta Yuga. Honestly, I don't know, but I'm reading it. But if I see Bhagavan say Rama today, then I'm with him today. Isn't it? But I think it was Treta Yuga. So, this is all my creation only, right? But who's the one who is doing that? That aspect of Swami that is present within us on a personal basis, that is Yuga Avartaha, Yugadi Krute. Naika Mayaha, na Eka Mayaha. How many ways Bhagavan is deluding us, as he says in Bhagavad Gita so beautifully. Infinite ways, right? So he's hiding behind this and he's deluding us, right? And showing us, making us believe that what is not real is actually real, right? And we hope we suffer from that. How many ways? Na Eka Mayaha, infinite ways is appearing. That's what Bhagavan Krishna is, we call a hide and seek. But what he's doing, right now, he's hiding behind each one of you. But I don't see Krishna, I see as somebody else, right? It's as a person. And I think I'm speaking right now. Is that the truth? You all think I'm speaking. Is that the truth? No. See how instantly and immediately Bhagavan is present. So, na Eka Maya. So many ways, and this is mine, that this thing comes, obsessiveness comes, right? I want to do this, I have achieved this. So I think it is Deva Sampat Adhyayam Bhagavad Gita, if you look at, we describe it so beautifully, how this Maya is, right? So many ways we appear, I have achieved, I want this, I'm going to achieve this, I'm going to win over this man, so many things that we think, all I, that appearing in infinite ways. Na Eka Maya. This is, the interesting thing is, where is Bhagavan present in this Maya? We have to think. If he's hiding behind it, that means he's not present in this Maya. He's very much present. There is not a single space or time where Swami is not present. Swami is there all the time. So where is he in this Maya? So now, when I look at Bhagavan as, say, Krishna, Rama, and then he's hiding behind this, yet then I think, he's hiding behind the door. Right? That's not what it is. In this Maya, in the hiding aspect itself, there's an attraction. So many things I'm getting attracted to. Somebody praised me, saying, sir, you spoke so well, immediately I get attracted to that. Swami is present in that attraction. The essence of attraction that attracts us all the time, in all places, in all ways. Whether it is my son, it is my daughter, it is, whatever I do, I sang well, so many things. I failed here, I achieved this, I want to get more money, whatever it is, We think money is wrong, but money itself is not wrong. Okay, money does attract, like everything else does in the world. Power does attract. But the strength comes in not being attracted or attached to the thing that attracts. The essence of attraction we must go for. So Swami is present in that Maya very much. Very much so. Okay? And so that is Naika Maya. So very much part of our life. So we don't have to get afraid or confused, oh my God, I am Maya, this illusion, Maya. No, Maya is not separate from Swami. It is, as he says, it's a dress that he is wearing, if you can call it that way. The same way, Pitambaram, we could worship him wearing Pitambaram. He's also wearing Maya. Right? It's just a dress that he's wearing, that's all. So the moment when I look at Bhagavan wearing Pitambaram, go to the temple, and after the Abhishekam, the Alankaram is all there, and he looks so bended, Bhagavan is, right? with a nice, charika dhoti and all those things. And all that means through all that, am I focused only on the dress? No. Am I focused only on the ornament that Bhagavan is wearing? No. I look at Bhagavan. He's prasanna enough. Like that, even when Maya is there, I must not focus on that. Focus on the person who's wearing it. Now you're attracting me through this. Right? Understand? So that is Naika Maya. Mahashanaha. Mahashanaha means Mahashanaha is insatiable desire. Insatiable desire for food. That's the way to say. Like person who eats insatiably. However much you give, that's not enough. It keeps more and more and more. So where is this Mahashanaha present in our life, in me and you? Think, if I eat so much food, then I become so full I cannot eat anymore. That's to do only with the body. That should not get confused. What about the mind? Right? Just any desire that you take, that you get fulfilled, immediately what happens? That multiplies. Well, why is that? What is the aspect of wanting more and more and more and more? Now, that aspect, what is the aspect when I listen to Bhagavatam? It is not enough. I want more and more of it. What is it? We call it as Bhagavan sweetness, right? Amritam. What is that aspect there that is insatiable? Right? So in every aspect that even when we get the acquisitive desire that we want more and more, and when we have the sacrificial desire that develops, then that brings more and more also. Yeah. Isn't it? So Mahashanaha. Okay. Then Yuga Dikrit Yuga Varto Naikamayo Mahasanaha Adrusyaha. Adrusyaha. That, as you all know, the entity that is not cognizable to our eyes. The sense of perception, you can say. Drasyaha is not only limited to eyes, but also hearing, smelling, tasting, and touching. Right? So the five senses of perception is adrusyaha. It cannot be cognized with that. It cannot be seen, but it can be seen with the vision of the heart. That is different, very much different, right? And for that, Bhagavan says, divine vision I give you to Arjuna. He gave divine vision, appeared as one form of Visvarupam. That's not the only form of Swami, the Visvarupam. That is one form where it was Ghoram and it created lots of fear in Arjuna, who is the greatest warrior. And so, this vision of love is beyond the perception of the senses. Adrusyaha. Right? So, they're very much part of me. I know there is something each one of us knows. In dealing with Swami, you must always operate on the plane of truth. There is no if or but. There is no rationalization, or editing, and no, nothing will work. It's a razor sharp edge of truth only. So if I follow that truth, regardless of all the others, forget all the shows and put-ons that we have, in front of the society. Just forget those are all, doesn't appeal at all to Swami. The reason we are miserable is because we are putting some disguises, right? And pretending to be something that we really are not. That is why we are not happy. None of us is happy, regardless of how much money you have or don't have, whatever, right? But when dealing with Swami, it has to be truth, nothing but truth. And so, if we follow personally and on a truthful basis, we know that there is something there that we call it as within us, because that makes it as if it is really within us. So we can make it personal. The moment we say it is outside, it kind of separates from us. That's the way we all think, right? Isn't it? So that is why this indweller thing comes in, right? But we know that there is something within me that beyond all the senses. I cannot see, I'm not hearing it, right? All those things we know. That entity, that is nothing but prema. That's nothing but love. Seriously, nothing but love. that love is there very much within us. It's not like it's academic or something I have to acquire. No, it is very much there. But I just don't attend to it. That thing, adrisyaha, is very much present. So personalize it. That Swami is present. Vyakta Rupaha. Now, Vyakta Rupaha. Avyaktaha means something non-cognizable. Vyakta means something that is perceivable. Now, the same Avyaktaha is also appearing as Vyakta Rupaha, which means in cognizable way. I can hear a sound, even though it may be within a limited bandwidth. That's okay. I can see even though within a limited bandwidth. That point is within that, yes, I can perceive. And why? Because it is something is effulgent, resplendent there. That effulgence. Right? Because of that I'm hearing. Because of that I'm smelling. A rose fragrance, and I'm able to smell because the smelling faculty is within me, and that is operating. The same faculty is there in the rose also, isn't it? Mm-hmm. So that is where they connect. The fragrance is not only in the rose. Fragrance is in me also, right? Yes. And it is very important to understand. And that ability, that thing, that effulgence that appears in a perceivable manner, in myriad forms, right? And even though we call it so many shapes, everything is shining only. Isn't it? That resplendence is there. That aspect of this prema, Vyakta Upaha. So he's also Vyakta, is also Vyakta. The Maya comes in. Now, where is this this Mahasana, the aspect of attraction that we talked about, right? Naikamaya we talked about, comes in because the same Avyakta aspect, the prema, that is what I call as within me. Actually, I am within that prema. Mm-hmm. You must understand it that way. We are all embodiments of prema. That means prema has taken this form. It is not, even though we say Atma and we point to our Hridayam and all that, then this Bhagavan, is vaster than the universe, physically speaking, vaster than the mind, vaster than the heart itself. Can it be contained in this little body? No. I am actually present in that. That is the real meaning of indweller. I am dwelling in it, as opposed to Bhagavan is residing in me. Right? Yes. So I am dwelling in it. So when you look at it that way, then this entity appearing so many forms. Vyakta Rupa, infinite forms. Why? Because its nature is only to attract, to give love and share love. That is why this Avyakta Swami is appearing as Vyakta Rupa. So when I look at you or look at you, you say, okay, she's the lady, it's a woman, it's a man, it's a whatever, big boy and all that. Yes, but I need to train myself to go beyond that. I should not stop there. It's a form of Bhagavan I love very much in my mind, in my heart, that I'm trying to picture in my mind all the time. It could be Krishna, it could be the lotus feet of Srinivasa Perumal, Balaji, whatever. That same form I must project in everyone. Then you can see the beauty taking place. So that training we can do practically. It is not difficult. With practice it will come. But one form you pick that you like very much, more than one form, the mind will not be able to digest it. So you've got to stick to one form and project and see what happens. Picture it in your mind and project it on everybody that you see and everything that you see. See what happens. So that aspect is Vyakta Rupaha, the same form is there. When you do that, it becomes less and less difficult to be selfless. It's more and more easy to actually give out the love that you have, share the love that you have. Okay, and don't worry about receiving that love back, because that automatically will come. The job is to share the love that you have. Vyaktarupaha. Sahasrajit, Anantajit. Okay. Sahasrajit, I think meaning is very clear. In infinite ways, there is, as Swami says, we assign so many weapons to him, Shankam, Chakram, Gadai, and Sarangam, and, so many things we give him, right? And Rama, when you think, he's got a Kodandam, all these things we think. But Swami says, really, I don't have any of these weapons. Okay, so our ascription to him. He says, the only weapon I have is love, is prema. And that is there's nothing is stronger than that. When Karadushna came to fight with Rama, what happened? They couldn't even approach him. Why? I think about it. We have got by all the stories we read in Puranas and we take it intellectually and then go away. It makes sense, right? And why did Aditya Hridayam come? Okay, for a person who's doing samharam, the same entity that also dissolves, why was there hesitation to dissolve Ravana? Why did Aditya Hridayam come? Why did Agastya have to come and tell Rama, this is the reason you have come, as if Rama doesn't know? Right? Bhagavan is all-knowing. Sarvajna. Rama certainly knows what he come here to do the job, so he knows. He's the one who's enacting the play. Through that incident, we are getting a lesson of what Aditya Hridayam is. Aditya Hridayam, that's very important. And that's the name that is used, that Hridayam. So this love, we must act. Right? Now, so this prema, seriously, in our own life we can see this. This is like a magic actually. It's more than a magic, but it's a natural to it. But our intelligence, our mind kind of puts blockage there. Okay? But actually, any problem you have, if you literally apply prema to that problem will get solved. From personal relationships, most of us is like this. I know I do are embedded in ego, lots of ego, and self-importance, and all these things. Everything will vaporize. It is all in a trice. Somebody is angry at you, give that person a hug. Not just sit with her like, come from the heart, literally, and then see what happens. Immediately, the anger will dissolve. Immediately, broken relationships will come together. Okay, that's prema. That is why you see people who are very loving, like Ramana Maharshi or Kanchi Paramacharya, people like that. Even now, when you think, there is so much peace in that environment. Even when you approach them in that neighborhood, you feel peaceful. In their presence, you feel peaceful because their prema is enveloping you. Your home there. Then the equilibrium is only at home, isn't it? So you automatically feel so peaceful. So with prema, there is nothing. Ultimately, when you look at Sahasrajit, it's an infinite ways of winning, of victory. But there are only 6 enemies we have. All of us have only 6 enemies. And the 6 enemies actually can be broken down to only 2 enemies. And the 2 enemies can be broken down to only 1. So the Sahasrajit means it overcomes that in infinite ways. Could be physical, could be mental, whatever it is. So when I don't share the prema I have, then I lose. The opposite side of it is also true. So then I suffer, I worry, I carry all the things in my mind, what happened 15 years ago, 20 years ago, this person did this to me, all these things come because I refuse to open up my hridayam and share the love. That's all. So I'm suffering. Right? So the opposite is also true. Right? Because the prema is the one that will win. I cannot win by myself. Right? The 6 enemies that we have will not win. Impossible. And so, Anantajit, the same way, endlessly, eternally. Okay? Yugadikrit yugavarto naikamayo mahasanaha. Yugadikrit yugavarto naikamayo mahasanaha.
Adisyo yatar pasta Sathya
Sahasrajit
Nandakita
Sahasrajit
Sahasrajit
Anantajit.
Anantajita. Thank you, Tatya.
Thank you. You're welcome. Okay. So now, okay, that's about half an hour. Today we will stop there. Unless you don't want me to continue, because she is also leaving. So let us stop there today. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samasta Loka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.